Hey, what's going on guys? Daniel from ModBot here, and I am super excited to bring you the first video in the new apartment. It's been, I think, 3 weeks now since we have moved in here. That's when I made the last video, and I meant to get a video out to you guys a lot sooner, but this was my first time officially moving into like a place of my own, and I definitely didn't realize how much stuff was involved. So it's been a really busy couple of weeks just kind of getting everything situated, figuring out what's needed and how to get around and things like that. And then I just got back from Vegas. Actually, we went out there for Aaron's wedding. We are back. We are officially here. Let me know if you guys want a tour of the place. I was thinking about doing that as my first video, but there's too many little projects that I need to get going on, so I figured I would do that. So this is my new desk. It is just a bamboo top desk that I love. I actually got it from IKEA. I wasn't planning on getting a new desk, but the old desk got destroyed in transit when we were moving from the house to here. So anyways, that is not what this video is about. This video is about this guy right here that I 3D printed. It's a little adapter for your JoyCon. So it basically takes your JoyCon and it slides it into place, and buttons need to go down. All right, and then there's two little buttons up here that are also 3D printed, so it just gives you a nice little controller to hold on to. And the only reason why I really printed this was one of my coworkers at work printed it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty neat, it's a cool idea. And two, I just picked up Super Mario Party, and for a lot of the game, you have the Joy-Con sideways, if not all of the game, with the exception of a few of the mini games. And it's just not that comfortable. And this little 3D printed adapter just makes it a lot nicer to hold in your hands. Maybe the Joy-Con is okay if you've got really small hands, but my hands are relatively large. So if we're playing a game that's an hour and a half long, then this is a lot nicer. And this is even really cool for Super Mario Kart or Mario Kart for the Nintendo Switch. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys the settings I used to print this out, and we'll get a little bit closer look at that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. So I'll place a link in the description to where you guys can actually download this if you want to print it out for yourself. But if you go on Thingiverse and just search Nintendo Switch Joy-Con or Nintendo Switch, it'll come up. It's one of the top items on there. So I went ahead and printed this according to the settings on the Thingiverse page, which did a couple things that required a few things, or at least recommended a few things I normally wouldn't do. The first being rafts. I've actually never printed with rafts on a printer that I've owned here. I've done it at work once or twice just because that was what was set up, but on my own personal machines I've never done that. To me, usually rafts I feel like are more for a printer that's not calibrated properly to kind of compensate for some offset in the bed, but it's what the model called for, and it's kind of a very difficult or curved model, so certainly it's not the easiest to 3D print in its one-piece form. So I went ahead and I did a raft. I also did support material everywhere, so there's support material connecting it from the bed to the actual controller grip, and there's one big set of support material that goes from the back of the controller connecting the two arms of it, which I would say nearly half of the printed material on this was support material. As you can see here, it's a crazy amount, and I just went with all the default options in Cura, which I think was grid, I believe. So after printing it, I definitely should do some tweaking on these supports because the supports were welded a bit too difficult or too hard to the actual model. It required some light sanding when it was done, but at least it didn't shift, and the print did turn out really good, as you'll see here in a moment. For settings, I believe I did a 0.2 layer height and either 20 or 40% infill. 20 is my typical, but I might have done 40 on this one. All in all, I believe print time was somewhere around 6 hours each. So that's roughly what it took. I printed this out in PLA. I don't remember the name of the PLA or the brand, but on the Ender 3, I did a really good job. I didn't use any special adhesion, just the BuildTak PEI bedsheet, which is pretty much what I use for everything other than PTG and TPUs. But for PLA, this has been my go-to for quite some time now. So I printed out the first one, took it off the bed, just popped it off, as you can see here, and then I took it over and I did some light sanding. Unfortunately, the sandpaper I have is too fine grit, and it took me forever to try to make any progress with it. On the second one, I actually think I opted to not sand it. I just took off what I could with some needle nose pliers, and then figured it's not so bad. The little bit of supports and the rafts on the clips or the buttons were they worked out really well. It didn't require any sanding or anything like that to remove. But once you're done, all you do is, again, remove all the support material, and then I took the buttons and I popped them into place. You do want to make sure that you clear out all the support material in this actual JoyCon grip controller, because I was having issues with one of the buttons originally, and when I removed it to look into the slot, I saw that there was just a little bit of support material left, which was causing it to not spring back nearly as well as it should. And once I did that, it's been working great, and I used these to play Mario Party the other day, and they are really nice. They're awesome. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Again, super excited to be in the new place and bring you guys some more videos. I'm still working on a few things like lighting and just finalizing getting things set up here, but the printers are now connected, and I've got some really cool projects and reviews and things like that lined up for you guys. So hope you guys are all doing really well, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. As always, peace guys.